Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Before I do this review, I want to apologise. I have a very bad case of the flu. My throat is very swollen, so if I have to stop for a few breaths, please forgive me, and hopefully it doesn't get in the way of an interesting video. So the film I'm reviewing today is from Colombia. It's actually a Colombian-Spanish co-production, but it's more so Colombian, so I'm going to say it is from Colombia. Spanish language, English subs, released in the year 2011, directed by Andres Baez, who directed a Colombian masterpiece called Satanias, and this one is his latest film called The Hidden Face. And the story to The Hidden Face is as follows. The haunting thriller, The Hidden Face, pushes the limits of love, passion and betrayal to the extreme. The relationship between a handsome conductor and his jealous girlfriend takes a wicked turn when she tests his fidelity by hiding inside a secret room in their house. But the results are more terrifying than she could have imagined. So basically what we have, a Spanish couple. The man is a very good conductor in the orchestra. He gets a job in Bogota, Colombia, and he takes his girlfriend with him to live there for a year. But this is where the girlfriend starts suspecting that her boyfriend is cheating on her with a violinist. But she can't really prove this. It's just a sneaking suspicion that she's got. So the occupants of the house before the Spanish couple moved in, the old German woman starts talking to her, and the Spanish woman's telling her what she feels, and the German woman tells her that there is a way to find out if the husband is in fact cheating on her. So she tells her about this secret door. Now this secret door was put in place for reasons that I'm not going to go into. It spoils the movie if I say. But it's a one-way room. So if you go inside it, lock yourself in, you can see through it, but no one else can see in it. It's just a mirror to them. So if she wants to find out what's going on, she locks herself in there for a few weeks and then she'll know. So the woman sees this as an ideal opportunity to put her paranoia to the test, and she goes in there. But then she realizes that this is the start of her nightmare because some terrifying things happen. So that's as far as I'm going to go. Synopsis. It's a very easy film to give away. I will warn you, do not watch the trailer because I feel it still gives away too much. So if that synopsis interests you, stay away from the trailer and see the movie for yourself. Now my thoughts on this movie. Satanias being a classic from Andres Baez, as I said at the start, it was always going to be a bad thing for films following it, because every film that he does from now on is going to be compared to Satanias. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it will. And this movie doesn't compare to that one, unfortunately. But having said that, it's still a very, very solid film. It doesn't rely on violence. It's all on atmosphere, and that's something that I feel is very, very hard to do, and it's very rare to see that in films these days. But Andreas Baez puts the attention in the right spot, and that is the sense of dread, the sense of something bad's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen, but you know something nasty is around the corner, and that's the feeling you get throughout the entire film, and that's what kept me on the edge of my seat from start to finish. Now I'll go through the acting. The acting was good. The characters weren't so in-depth. You didn't really like the characters. Having said that, as the plot thickens, you get to know a little bit more about them, and it becomes very interesting because you want to know how this unfolds. And when all the clues come together and you work it out, I actually thought to myself that it was reasonably satisfying. So although it's not in-depth, it is a movie that it will suck you in, and you won't realise it until the end. And then you kind of sit back and say, okay, well, the director has got me in without me really noticing. So it's a very subtle film, so just be very careful of that. No gore, no violence, but there is very graphic sex in it. So if that kind of thing offends you, then I would say stay well away from it. Cinematography, absolutely outstanding. The camera shots really added to the tension that the film produces. And I thought that some parts were very colourful, and other parts, especially inside this room, were very dull and bleak. So the contrasting of the atmospheres really did play well into the moods that these characters were going through. Soundtrack, fantastic, very subtle, very moody, which was perfect, and it really shows that Andreas Baez has a sense for horror. The ending, very rewarding. Once again, I kind of didn't know where it was going, and when I thought I knew where it was going, it kind of took a twist again. So, a lot to like about it, and with all those things combined, this should have been a masterpiece. Having said that, unfortunately, while there is a negative, it's a very small negative, it prevents it from being a classic. Now, the negative I have is that it kind of stays on the same line throughout the entire duration of this movie. It doesn't really elevate itself. It doesn't really threaten a thrilling climax. Although the climax is pretty thrilling, it could have been so much more. I thought that the director didn't really take a risk with this one. He was kind of playing it low, and it was kind of like he didn't have confidence to really throw in a controversial sort of ending, and an ending that would either make or break the film, which is unfortunate because with a little bit more of a daring attitude towards the film, I thought this could have been an undiscovered masterpiece. Having said that, while it's a negative, it's not taking anything off the movie. As far as atmosphere is concerned, it's one of the best movies I've seen in quite a long time. Contributing with the acting and the way that the skills that the director has, and the script, although the script starts off very basic, as the movie progresses it becomes more and more complex. And that's the whole feeling of the film. Starts off basic, it's basically just getting to know the couple, but then as the movie progresses, the plot thickens, and it becomes a more and more complex film. So it's definitely a movie that you have to give it time, but if you give it the time and effort, you will come away from it realizing that you have seen a pretty good film. So all in all, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. If you like your Alfred Hitchcock films where it doesn't solely rely on violence, then this is definitely one for you. If you want something different, then I would say definitely check out this little Colombian treat. So 4 out of 5. I feel it's a fair score for what was a very fair film. Alright guys, once again, do not watch the trailer because it gives away too much. You're definitely going to get a lot more benefit if you don't know too much about it. So that's my warning. So until next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.